You know that first cup of coffee in the morning? For so many of us, it's just this non-negotiable ritual. It's the signal that, okay, the day can officially start now. But what if that daily habit could be so much more than just a shot of caffeine? What if it's actually a powerful tool for your long-term health and you're not even using it? Well, let's dive in and see how we can change that. I mean, really think about it. You're already doing it every single day. So by making just a few tiny, really smart changes, we can use this routine to support our bodies and our brains for years to come. And look, we're not talking about adding sugary syrups or fancy creamers here. We're talking about a science-backed protocol to genuinely upgrade your health. So the whole idea behind this comes down to something called the entourage effect. It's this concept that when you combine certain natural compounds, they actually work together as a team to create an effect that's way bigger and better than any one of them could have on its own. It's all about synergy, and it's exactly why adding these specific ingredients to your coffee is so incredibly powerful. Okay, so let's start at the very foundation of our health, our blood flow and our metabolism. As we get older, keeping our arteries flexible and our blood sugar nice and stable is absolutely crucial for staying vibrant. Our first two ingredients are going to target these systems directly. First up, raw cacao. And I really have to be crystal clear on this one. This is not your sugary hot chocolate mix. Not even close. Raw cacao is absolutely packed with these amazing medicinal compounds called flavonoids. Scientists got really interested in this when they were studying the Kuna people off the coast of Panama. These people drink a ton of cacao and have ridiculously low rates of high blood pressure, all thanks to high levels of nitric oxide, which helps their blood vessels just relax and open up. And cacao doesn't just stop with blood flow. Its benefits go straight to your brain. Dr. Richard Coleman has this fantastic analogy. He says the flavonoids in cacao boost something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. And get this. He calls BDNF fertilizer for your neurons. It's literally like a growth formula for your brain cells, helping you stay sharp. But here's the thing, how you add it really matters. See, those beneficial compounds in raw cacao are pretty sensitive to high heat. So the trick is to let your coffee cool down just a little bit, below 170 degrees Fahrenheit, before you whisk in about a tablespoon. This little step protects those powerhouse antioxidants so you get all the good stuff. All right, next up is metabolism, and our second ingredient, Ceylon cinnamon. Now please listen closely to this part because it is so important. The cinnamon you see everywhere, the common stuff, is called cassia cinnamon. It has a compound in it called coumarin, which can actually be harmful to your liver if you're taking it every day. You've got to look for Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon. It's much, much safer for daily use. And Ceylon cinnamon is an absolute superstar for your metabolism. First, it kind of mimics insulin, helping your cells open up and take in glucose more easily. Then, it slows down how fast your stomach empties, which is huge for preventing those big blood sugar spikes and crashes after you eat. The result? You get this nice, stable, sustained energy all morning long. Okay, so we've got our blood flow and metabolism covered. Now let's build right on top of that and turn our focus directly to the brain. We're going to talk about its structure and, just as important, its energy supply. This is all about fueling your mind for the long haul. We used to think that once you're an adult, your brain is pretty much fixed. But now we know that is completely wrong. For your brain to repair itself and grow, it needs signals. And one of the most critical signals is called nerve growth factor, or NGF. Think of it like the project manager that tells your brain cells, hey, time to repair yourselves and build some new connections. And our next ingredient has a unique talent for kickstarting this process. And that ingredient is lion's mane mushroom. Its active compounds are special because they can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and ramp up that NGF production inside your brain. But, and this is a big but, you have to get a dual extract powder. The mushroom's medicinal goodies are locked away behind tough cell walls, so you need both hot water and alcohol extraction to unlock them so your body can actually absorb and use them. All right, let's talk about brain energy. So many people hear creatine and they just think, oh, that's for bodybuilders. But that is such a massive misconception. A brilliant way to think about it is as a backup battery for your cells. Your cells run on an energy currency called ATP, and your brain burns through a ton of it. Creatine helps your cells recycle that ATP at lightning speed. It's the backup power that kicks in to prevent mental fatigue. Now, this is probably the number one question that comes up, right? This myth has been around forever, and frankly, it's a totally fair concern. So let's just tackle it head on. So here's the bottom line. For people with healthy kidneys, decades of research have shown that creatine is one of the safest, most studied supplements on the planet. Of course, if you have a pre-existing kidney condition, you should always check with your doctor first. But for the vast majority of us, that fear is just not supported by the science. And the best part? The effective dose is super simple and well established. It's just 5 grams a day. That's about 1 teaspoon. It's the standard dose used in almost all the research for both brain and muscle benefits, and it stirs right into your coffee, no problem. So far, we've covered blood flow, metabolism, brain repair, and brain energy. Our fifth and final ingredient might just be the most fundamental of them all. It tackles the core biochemistry of aging by helping restore a balance we've pretty much lost in our modern diet. That ingredient is the amino acid glycine. And check out this number, it's pretty startling. Research now suggests most of us are running a daily deficit of about 10 grams of what our bodies actually need to function and repair optimally. Why? Because our ancestors got it from eating nose to tail, and well, our modern diets have created this massive nutritional gap. Glycine's power is just incredible. It does so many things. First, it's a key building block for glutathione, which is your body's master antioxidant and detoxifier. Second, it's a main ingredient for making collagen, which keeps your joints, your skin, and even your arteries strong and flexible. And third, it has this amazing calming effect on your nervous system, which smooths out any of those caffeine jitters and gives you this wonderful feeling of calm, focused energy. But here's the most surprising perk of all. The glycine you take in your coffee in the morning actually helps regulate your core body temperature at night. And that drop in temperature is a key biological trigger for falling into deep restorative sleep. So yeah, your morning coffee habit is literally investing in your brain's cleanup crew that night. How cool is that? Okay, wow, I know that was a ton of information. And the thought of adding 5 different powders to your coffee might sound a little overwhelming. So let's just pull it all together into a simple, practical plan that you can actually start using. Honestly, the best advice comes straight from Dr. Coleman. Start low and go slow. You don't have to jump in and do all 5 things tomorrow. Just pick 1 or 2 that really speak to you. Maybe you start with cacao for blood flow, or maybe you really want that extra mental energy from creatine. Start there and just see how you feel. And here it is, all in one place, your quick cheat sheet. You've got raw cacao for blood flow and vascular health, Ceylon cinnamon for blood sugar and metabolism, lion's mane for brain repair, creatine for cellular energy, and glycine for that deep antioxidant and structural repair. Each one has its own unique, powerful job to do. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about, right? The goal isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. More vibrant, healthy, clear-headed life. These small daily habits are the investments we make in our future selves, the ones who will thank us for it later. So the next time you go to make that morning brew, maybe you'll see it a little differently. Not just as a routine, but as a real opportunity. A simple daily habit that might just be hiding one of the keys to a longer and, more importantly, a healthier life.